Hi Fundis, good evening and welcome to this fifth live feedback session. It means that we have traveled a long way. We have had now so far 4 sessions plus the kickoff. If this is our fifth session, it means that we have really progressed. And from the 11 that we are supposed to be having, if this is the fifth and then we have only just, we have already uploaded the work for the 60th session, it means that we only have 5 sessions to go. And then afterwards, we shall have a grand finale where we'll have different people come to talk to us about our business ideas that we have been doing, rate us, and who knows, you will get a chance to be linked to the best startups and funders that are around, and then your life will change. Your life will change. So today's live feedback session, before we go there, I want to remind you that in the 7th session, we are going to have a special guest, so you don't need to miss. But also, let's get serious with our assignments, especially some of you that are not submitting. I really encourage you, because as I keep on quoting, I don't want you to be like that Akamba bird that flies from the ground and lands on an anthill. I want you to fly and fly and fly and become the CEOs that we want to see of the businesses. It will be so frustrating for you to just do it as a coursework, as an assignment, as a regular way of participation, rather than you owning up the material that you're being given, that you're being exposed to, and start your own business. Okay? Ideally, this material that we are giving you should be able to help you to start your business and run it and be able to nurture it. And then, you know, when you have done it so well, it will even give us the motivation for us to keep on guiding you on the steps that you need to take in order for your business to be successful. So I'll begin with a quote this for this session. And you, those that have watched the video, have already come across this quote, that it is better to build something that a small number of users love than a large number of users like. It is better to build something that a small number of users love than a large number of users like. Take an example of Apple Technologies. Okay? How many of you would prefer going to buy an Apple phone? I know most of the people will not love to buy. Why? Because they would consider it as not user-friendly. It does not share information easily. It's not like the Android technology. But for them, they're not targeting you who does not like them. They are targeting a few people who would love their products because of their durability, because of their capacity to hold information, because of their, class, because it's associated with people that are of class. So they're not targeting everybody. They are targeting just a few people. And those few people love Apple technology, that a phone, a laptop, a watch, name it, an iPad, everything will be Apple technology. Okay, so that's what for them they are looking after. But for you, if you buy an Android or let's say Samsung, you know, you'll have a watch that is not Samsung. Maybe you just have a phone that is Samsung, or a phone that is Infinix, and then the rest are not coordinated. But for the Apple, they are saying we will focus on only something that a few people love, rather than very many people liking our products. So even in our startups, you need to have that in mind, that your focus should be on a product that people love as opposed to what people like, because that's what is going to sell you out there. Last week, as it's our custom, we shall review what we looked at. We looked at total available market. In that, we are looking at who out there is willing to buy your products. And within that, we looked at the qualitative market and we looked at the quantitative market. As you can see from the description of the images there, qualitative is you focusing on that one particular need that is fixing the buyer's interests or the buyer's needs. You look out for those few, okay, who have a particular need and you try to fix it. That is what qualitative market research is about, or qualitative market analysis. In quantitative, you look at the number of people that are in need of a particular service and you try to fix it in simpler terms, okay? When you go out there, that's why you see that in that lens, there are very many people who are involved. So you are looking at how many people need the product that I'm going to produce. Here you're focusing on what is that particular need and who are those particular people that need what I'm going to provide. And that also took us to what we call the early adopters. That within the qualitative and quantitative, you have to look out for early adopters. Early adopters are those people who will not ask for many many questions, but immediately you tell them about the product, they will already like it, and they will move out with it, and they will be able to recommend other people to come and consume the product. And that's when we will go to the early majority, and then late majority, and then other people. So focus on early adopters. Who are those few people that would like your product? And then those are the ones that you will put much emphasis on. We also looked at the terms term, sum, and sum. And term, we meant the total addressable market. In sum, serviceable addressable market, and then the sum, serviceable obtainable market. And we said that in the term is the entire market that you have available to you that you can be able to address. In the sum, we looked at the market that you are ready to address with the service that you are offering, okay? And then in the sum, we looked at the that particular market, or that particular portion of market that you can be able to capture with the product that you have. So those are the terms that we looked at last week, and those are the ones that formed our task. And we also looked at methods of doing market analysis. We looked at the bottom up approach and also the top down approach. In the bottom up approach, we talked about you starting with your company's specific needs, which are going to lead you to your particular market that you want to address, or particular people that you want to address, or a particular need that you want to address, or a particular segment of people that you would want to focus on. In the top down approach, okay, we looked at you starting with you know, the addressable things, the things that you really want to focus on, okay, and those should be able to fit within what your company is able to offer. So that's what we looked at last week. And still last week we looked at the persona, how to come up with personal characteristics that are going to inform your decision of rolling out a product on the market, okay? For example, if let's say I have my application, I'm going to use the example of the visionaries. If they have an application that they would want to sell out there on the market, they have to first of all, you know, profile the characteristics of the people that they are targeting, okay? Because what you're offering should be able to solve the people's need. If it cannot be able to solve the people's needs, then they do not need it, okay? You're just producing, but they do not need it. So within there, you have to look at the psychographic data, okay, such as stereotypes, demographic information, such as the sex, which is the gender, age, okay? You look at the goals and motivators for the people that you're targeting, the lifestyle, values, and hobbies, and you look at the problems and challenges that they are going through. So that's what informs you. Then afterwards, you'll be able to establish what we call the persona customer journey, okay? In the persona customer journey, you're painting your customer's journey, okay? From when you think they will become aware of the products and acquire them, to when they will start using it, and then how you retain them to be your major customers, and then how you're going to be able to generate revenue from them, because organizations survive by making revenues, and then how they are going to be able now to make referrals about your product because you have been able to retain them and you have given them enough chance to interact with your products. Okay, and then we later went to the SWOT analysis, where we said that the SWOT is basically profiling you as an organization, you as a startup, or you as individuals, profiling your weaknesses, strength, opportunities, and threats. In summary, that's what we call the SWOT. And in a SWOT, it can be divided into 4 equal parts. One part is you minimize the weaknesses and the threats in order to maximize potential for you to break out in the market. Okay, in segment 2, you focus on the strength and minimize the threats. Okay, the strength that you have, if you focus on them, they will enable you to minimize the threats. Okay, then segment 3 is you minimize the weaknesses and focus on the opportunities that you have. Okay, that's what you do. Okay, that you know that you are weak, probably you as a team, you don't have certain things that will enable you to do a successful business, but you will focus on the opportunities that you have, the many of them that you will have. So those are the things that you focus on. In the last portion, the 4th portion, it's the strength and opportunities. You maximize the strength and you also maximize the opportunities that you have in order for you to be able to make a successful and powerful business. Okay, so that is the SWOT that we looked at, and the other one was about how to work in teams and how to be effective in teams, and that was your personal hygiene factors as a team. And if you can notice, every end of video we've been giving you of the session, we've been giving you an extra video that works on you as a person or your team skills. So you should be able to listen to them and improve your team skills and individual skills so that you can be able to move as a group, because soft skills help us to harness us onto the bigger things that we are looking at. So make sure you look out for those videos and also rewatch them. They may not be applicable for you at this particular stage of probably founding your business, but later you will need them, but also in real life you'll need them. So you need to focus on them. So our assignment for last week. 1, you was supposed to meet in your team and analyze the SAM. Okay, SAM, we said serviceable, achievable market, and the SOM, serviceable, obtainable market for your business idea, using at least one top up, one bottom up, and one top down method. Okay, either you use one of them. And also you create a persona. Okay, a persona, we said that this is where you profile the key characteristics of your target segment or your target person that you're looking out for in order for you to sell your products. And also you write a customer journey. Okay, now after getting the characteristics, you now try to integrate them into how they will feel about, okay, you've noticed their characteristics. Let's say they like hanging out in around church. Okay, so in awareness and activation, you're looking at you being able to make this product reach your supposed customer where he is at the church. Okay, that when he finds it there, he will find it credible to be able to activate it and like it, and afterwards start now using it, and also be able to win. If the product is really genuine and giving him credibility, you retain them and they give you the money that you need, which is the revenue, and also be able to refer the product that you have unto others. So that is what a customer journey is about. After understanding the person's characteristics or behaviors, this could be a specific group that you're focusing on, then now you need to create their profile. You need to now create their journey from when they will start, from when they will enter into love with your business, and then afterwards, you know, when they will make referrals, because now you have been able to retain them because they are satisfied with what you're offering. Okay, so now this is our feedback. The first group 10, is called Gemini Travels. Gemini Travels, this is what they wrote as their notes: that marketing to be done majorly online using social media because of increasing number of COVID-19 cases. State of the market to be assessed by us in the allocated towns, contacting celebrities to help in branding and marketing. And these are my observations. They have great ideas on how to handle the marketing, but what if you apply the sum and sum and the top-down stroke bottom-up approach? It would look legit. Also try out sketching the persona journey of your client, since now the idea looks to be very nice. Actually, your idea is really nice of marketing your travel company on social media, but it will also be very good for you to, apply this knowledge that you're being given and see whether it would work. Okay, in sum, okay, what is your market? Okay, who are the people that you're targeting? That should be your focus. And then in sum, who are those potential ones? Okay, who are those that you think that you can, if you focused on, can be able to get you, okay, the returns that you need. Okay, that's why it is very important, even before you say that you're going to advertise online, to know exactly who you're going to advertise to. Who are you targeting? Then afterwards, in the persona journey, you're now looking at the characteristics of the person that I would want to run social media ads for, so that when you run the ads, okay, you're not wasting time, but you're being able to focus on the real needs within the market segment that you have decided to target. Okay, and how do you get that? Is when you use the top-down approach or bottom-up approach. Okay, within there, you're able to know, for example, we have in your tour and travel, we have, let's say, local tourists, we have seasonal tourists, we have what are they called? Those guys who come from abroad. Okay, foreigners. We have foreign tourists. Okay, maybe we can have 3, and we have people who are tourists, maybe just investigative tourists. Let's say you have categorized 4, and then within that you look at maybe your resources or your goals that you're targeting, or who can be able to access the online that you're trying to talk about. So that particular group is the one that you will focus on. Maybe foreigners, you realize that there is a lot of competition for them, and then you say that we are going to focus on the locals. Okay, so you make sure that you tailor even your online ads to the local people, because that is now what you have discovered after going through the sum, and then the bottom up and the bottom up, and then the top down approach, and sketching up your the persona journey of your people. Okay, group 2 was the joy fee. Here is your sum. You say that in the sum we choose a youth group because they love junk food. Joy fee is a confectionery business idea that is looking at producing confectionaries like foods, like as they have listed down there, cakes, muffins that they can be able to give to people that love, and then they can be able to generate revenue, which is really a good idea. I mean, it is fixing the needs of the people there. Okay, so they say that they chose the youth group because they love junk food compared to the elderly who like the food offered but won't purchase it frequently because of their taste and preferences. For the top-down method, we agreed that we would eliminate the elderly in offering our food services and offer it to the youth. This is because the elderly will only have their meal once a day and might buy our junk food today and skip tomorrow, while the youth will take the food let's say every time. Okay, for the bottom up, We agree to offer 100 burgers, 100 hot dogs, 50 meat pies, 50 sausages, etc. for our start every day. With time, we will know what to increase and by how much. My observation is your work is well thought of in terms of market planning, the sum and the sum. It's well thought about, okay? And then in the persona characteristics, you chose a lady called Madame Ngasha, okay? Because she has great interest in foods. She's a lecturer for food and beverage production in several universities in Kenya, and she lives in Nairobi. Okay, you give her profile, and you say that she loves baking over the weekend. Okay, and my observation is that the characteristics of the persona should agree with the selected target in the top bottom or bottom up approach. Okay, top down approach or bottom up approach, and the profile demographic characteristics of the youth. Because you said that you're going to focus on the youth, so I would expect that first, when you're profiling, you should look at what kind of things do youths like, especially in terms of food. That should be your focus. Then afterwards, when you're profiling the customer journey, look at how will that youth, okay, I think it is the next here where you say, okay, now you look at how will the youth be able to learn about your product that you're offering, which in this case is food, and be able to actually move a step to go and get the food. That's what you will be looking at. So you say here that we decided that the first thing we need to do is identify our customer. The customer journey begins with creating awareness, and we decided to do e-marketing, which is absolutely fantastic, okay? Being that most people are digitalized, okay? You want to do e-marketing because most people are digitalized, especially the youth. You need to be able to totally speak here that it's the youth because they're the ones that you're targeting. The others come as by-the-ways, okay? We decided to create our website where we can upload our products and people can easily reach them and read and get knowledge about them, which is beautiful. You're now trying to share to us what initiatives you're going to do, especially in trying to lure the youth into buying your products. Lure might be a bad word, but trying to persuade them to buy your products, okay? And yes, I see how you're going to be able here to attract them and make sure that they retain also, to make sure that you retain them, but also they to refer other people for the business that you're doing. And these are my observations. This is a very great journey. However, tailor it to a youth who wants to purchase and eat a hot dog from Joyfee. How do you want them to get to you to purchase it, find a service including price, so that they recommend others? So we need to see the youth being spoken of. Right now, tailor your ideas to the youth because they are the segment that you have chosen from the methods of market analysis. You realize that they are the ones who are interested in the junk, so go for them, but also look for ways of how you can be able to get them to purchase, okay? Have them eat and like what you're offering, bring more money to you, and also be able to refer others for your products that you're offering. Group 19, this is a group for my friend Shadrach. Group 19, these are your notes. You say, serviceable obtained market has to be our family members. And I find a problem with that, okay? Why family members? Okay, family members can be part, but are you going to be only feeding family members on a daily? You're 3 people. How many people are within your family? So are you going to focus on them always? So let it be expansion. Expand it. Okay, not only to family members. Okay, maybe if you say obtainable market will be people within the urban areas and you remove family, that will be good. That will be good, I think. Okay, because you're now looking at obtainable. You're not looking at available. Family can come in available and you list very many others, but obtainable, okay, yes, you can list family, but family will be now too thin, okay? It will be too thin. So broaden yourselves. Who are those people that you think can be able to get the services that you're offering. So those are the ones that you should be able to list. In serviceable available market, you say we will identify anyone using the internet, more so those in the social media. So this is quite good. This is really important, nice. Okay. In the persona, my only challenge is that either lives in the urban as a customer or rural as a producer farmer. Okay. In the persona, you're listing down characteristics of people. You don't need to use he or she. The what you need to do is, for example, the people that your particular product are organic foods. Okay, you don't need to say he or she. You say people probably that because this becomes monotonous and boring. You could say just like the headings, we will later on come to the visionaries who did somehow a good presentable job. We gave you the key things that you're supposed to look at when you're doing a persona, okay, when you're coming up with the characteristics, okay, demographic factors, demographic factors, okay, the personality, the motivators. Those things should be seen coming out as triggers for people to like your product, because you must know your customer quite uniquely and very well and distinctly. Okay, and my observations then are, it's not a must that obtainable people should be family members. List every member who you think can buy the products. Okay, that is the sum. Every member that can buy your product is within the sum. Serviceable available market, and then those that are potential for buying, okay, those are the sum. Serviceable obtainable market. That's when you can apply the top or bottom up method. Okay, the persona journey of Jude, who you chose, okay, you well laid it out, and my observation is great persona journey. I like it. You really did it very well. And if that is the kind of person that you're looking at in your market, then you should now, what you do is, go back and list down the key characteristics that you would look out, and then just expand it and then build on that in the next video, and then we shall be good to go. Group number 3, mastermind. We decided that since getting in the market is a bit tricky, we shall just act as intermediate between the farmers and the final consumers / sellers. We did a research and we connected with 2 final consumers in Nairobi. They told us that they need cereals, vegetables, fruits, and that what they deal with what they deal with. My observation is that could you widen the research, or if possible go into the specifics with those 2 final consumers, why they need only those, and also compare with other sellers in the area whether that's what people mostly consume. Okay, we must, don't just leave it like that, because 2, first of all, is a smaller number. But if it was a qualitative research, which is understandable, but if it is a qualitative research, then go in depth. Why do they need only cereals, vegetables, and fruits? Okay, why? Is it the consuming behavior of all the people around that area, and that's what you're going to focus on? How do you get to know that that is the kind of environment that people operate in, that they like only cereals, vegetables, and fruits? Okay, then ask other sellers who are around, okay, to verify the information, because you must be able to verify the information that you've been given. Otherwise, you'll bring the food and you'll sell to those 2 who they will stock in large quantities, and they will take another maybe 1 month before they can get back to you. So are you going to run out of business? So make sure you cross-validate your information and you have the right facts. Still, we shall learn from the 2 clients and get in touch with the market itself, and we shall finally be transporting the products to the market. So there is no timeline. When will you learn from them? After 5 years? After 10 years? After 2 years? And as I said, that those 2 clients may not be representative of the data that you want. Okay, we also decided that we shall also look for other clients. Okay, You cannot look for other clients until when you have defined a sum and a sum. Okay, that comes to my observation here. And we can be transporting unto them maybe potatoes. You did not say, you have not said to us that the two clients that you interviewed liked potatoes and tomatoes, and now you're introducing them. So it means that there is a mix-up. You need to do research and find out what exactly your people really need. Okay, in the observation here, I say that it will be good to actually list all the available consumers for your products, which is the sum, and distinguish them from those who are potential, which is the sum. Then you can do this using a top or a top-down or bottom-up approach. Okay, so if you do that, you will be able to now clearly distinguish who will like your product, what are the characteristics of the people that will like your product, and be able to now focus on the right segment. Okay, and my observation also to this, where you say that to reduce the competition and losses that may be incurred in the sale and other cost things, we show it better that we shall be saving the money we have earned with the money, buy juice blenders which help us to be making juice out of the fruits we shall be selling. Now this is another idea that you're introducing, which is really good because you're adding value, but you did not tell us that your people that you're targeting like it. So I am afraid that you will produce the juice and end up drinking it yourselves. Okay, you need to rethink about it and find out from the people, from your market, by doing a sum and sum, who exactly would need your products. Because if, let's say, you're doing home delivery, okay, are you sure that in those homes people would really want you to deliver the juice to them as though they do not have blenders? Who exactly will need the juice? So you need to rethink about that. That's why I say great ideas, but try now to sketch how you think you can get to the most interested persons in your products, retain them, and also have them recommend your product. Okay, that's why if you say that you're going to focus on homes, you need now to list the characteristics of the people who live in the homes that you would want to go to, and then there you'll be able to profile them and know how you can be able to reach out to them with the products that you will get to them, and also focus on a few right now. Okay, focus on a few right now. Maybe the juice can come out of, demand. Okay, you see that now people are used to the same supply, and then eventually you say, now can we try out juice, but not doing them all at once. It may frustrate you. So group 18, logic mind tech, your sum and sum. You say that in top down method, this is where we some parts of the market that has much competition and had already been addressed by other companies are excluded. Okay, so in simpler terms, you're saying that here you're trying to exclude, okay, other parts of your market that have been infiltrated already by other companies. Okay, Logic Mind Tech is trying to provide affordable technologies to people, okay, and most especially focusing on trainings, focusing on selling technological appliances. So that's what they're trying to do. Okay, and so when they say in the sum that they will focus on only those that have not yet been reached, that is really very good. I like it. And in sum, you say that an estimate of the portion of revenue within the specific product segment that a company is able to capture, or the market share of particular product that a company can acquire. And so you say in bottom-up method, we look from basic things that we have and what our industry requires and what your industry requires. Probably that's what you wanted to say. But here also in the sum, we wanted you now to define for us which is that market that you are going to target. And here is my observation, that ideally it would have been very good for you to define your sum by looking at maybe the entire people available to consume your products, for example, which is technology, for example, students, companies, which are those companies, government, football teams, and anywhere else. And then you come to now the sum. Okay, for example, fellow computer science students, now you become specific. Okay, these are obtainable, these you can start with right now. And then former secondary schools, now you're defining who will take your products. Then you apply the top and bottom approach in selecting the most appropriate market to start with your products. In the persona characteristics, you mostly you say that you will mostly focus on students doing computer science, information science, and internet technology, which is a very brilliant thought. But now you need to, first of all, before you go there, you need now to list the characteristics of those people. Okay, now here you say mostly our students live in urban areas and they have no salary. Okay, students are faced on a lack of knowledge and skills about technology. Students like music, innovative things. Students are faced by lack of capital to buy books and conduct research. Okay, and you say students like spending time on innovative projects. Okay, which is very good for you to have brought out those key characteristics of the people that you're going to focus on. But if you speak about no salary, I don't know. I know that previously we talked about affordability of your technologies that you're going to offer, but then the question is, how are you going to make it so affordable to them? That is the question that I have. What I say is that these are great ideas, especially borrowing from your previous notes. Now try as much as possible to fit these characteristics into a one-person experience. An early adopter, okay? How would you want to launch out this very beautiful idea, focusing on that one person who is going to get hold of it and run with it, that this works for us, and encourage other fellow students to also come and purchase and probably learn computer. So how are you going to be able to achieve that? That's what I'm waiting to hear. Okay, and then our last group for today, according to the submission, was the visionaries. Okay, visionaries, you say in the sum. In our case, is the total available market of our services which is within our geographical reach. Our most reachable consumer are the private car owners. Okay, they have no reserved parking somewhere in town. Okay, I think private car owners is broad. Okay, maybe you can talk about saloon cars. By saloon cars, meaning they may not be, because all cars are private. Okay, no car is, by the way, publicly owned. Okay, I think in Kenya, same as Uganda, even the matatus are private cars. People own them. Okay, but what we could say is saloon cars, maybe, meaning these cars that are not for transport. Okay, because usually those are the ones that lack where to park. So you can do that change, but I find your statement really good. In serviceable obtainable market, I also found it good. But applying the top-down method, this is my observation, you need to be specific rather than general. Eagle list top priority to lesser and also in terms of cities in Kenya. Okay, in top-down, list down the possible people that will use your application from top, from those that you think will mostly use it to the ones that you think may not use it, because that is where your selection criteria will come from. But also in the cities in Kenya, you need to list, because here you did not actually give them, you need to list which cities do you think will mostly adopt this application, and which cities do you think will face challenges with adopting, maybe because there is no much traffic jam. So you need to list that. Okay, and in applying bottom up, okay, this is my observation. You select one market analysis model and follow that. It will be good for you to either go with bottom up, okay, or you go with top down, okay, and then explore that. However, nice observations with both of them, the bottom up and top down, which we saw already. If possible, list those market segments of interest. Okay, list them, the market segments of interest within your model. And also still about you, in the demographic features, I find them really very nice. You were able to bring out what features you're looking at in somebody and bring them all. And then yes, and that's why I put the observation as elaborate. Okay, I did not need to speak more about it. Okay, within your profiling the persona, I know you had a beautiful PowerPoint, but this is what I extracted, which was your summary. Okay, and I also find it very nice. I just wanted to bring it to the attention of the students who are offering this course to know how serious you guys have taken it to another level, and probably they can borrow a leaf. And I would want to encourage that, you know, let all of us take it as serious as possible. Okay, I know there may not be that tangible reward that the best person who has the most innovative idea is going to earn such and such an amount of euros, but as long as you put your heart to it, okay, the rewards will come later. Who knows that after going through this rigor of this process, okay, you'll come up with your application, and before you know, because I have been listening to it, or the people that you are going to invite to also guide in evaluating your idea, we may like it, and then, you know, we will connect you, and then your life story will totally change. Your life story will totally change. Okay, so take it as serious as possible. And these are my important observations from this week. Okay, one, I realize that most of you have not yet appreciated the culture of watching videos. If you watch those that you think you're interested in, which is really very dangerous, because this work, for you to do it, it thrives on videos. Okay, if you do not watch videos, you're not going to be able to do work. So please watch the videos. Watch the videos. I also realize that most of you are experiencing challenges of doing this work on time. Okay, just create one day and then meet, and then the other day when you meet, you just come together and put things together. Okay, you only create time for things that you love and things that are important to you. If you believe this course is important to you, make sure you create at least some time for it. Okay, as a group, sacrifice, because you never know at the end of the course what may come out. Okay, sometimes things are not said until when the course is done, and then that's when you realize, hey, kumbe, these were the benefits. So I implore you to be able to create some time and do the assignments and upload them on time, because it's also a test for your time management skills. Okay, when an organization says submit a proposal, submit a concept, will you be able to beat their deadline? And I'm also thinking that for convenience purposes, do you think weekends are better to give feedback, because it seems during the day you're very engaged and you cannot be able to offer time? So I also need feedback on whether we can be able to do 3 p.m. on Saturdays as our feedback session, or you suggest that we do it in the night, let's say 8 p.m. when most of you have come back from home, from school, and you're settled now home. You can be able to watch and follow as I present. So what is the convenient time? I also would want to hear from you. And basically, maybe Thursday is not serving us the best. You can also suggest that let us change. Okay, I am very open to changes, so provide a convenient time and a convenient day for you where you think we can be able to meet. Okay, this week's assignments are already uploaded, and I also want to remind you that the German certificate only comes after you have ably attended this process. Okay, so if you did maybe 2 or 3 sessions, or 4 or 5, you don't qualify, or 6, you don't qualify for the German certificate. Okay, it's for those that have done at least 9 sessions and above. And of course you'll say, how will I know? I have already seen your submissions, and in fact we are going to make it in such a way that we also give certificates according to the position of how we have rated your work, okay, throughout, that we shall place those in number 1. We shall give you certificates of number 1, number 2, number 3, up to the best last person, okay. That's how we shall be doing it. And also, I would say that work for session 6 is already uploaded, and session 7 we shall have a special guest who will come to speak to us, okay. So otherwise, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your commitment that you're putting towards this work. And yes, I believe that surely we are moving and we are progressing very well, and very soon, before you know it, we shall be done with the course. We shall be done with the course. But my encouragement to you is that you will strive to make sure that you do not live the same. There is a lot of joblessness around, not only in Kenya, but around the world. And chances are very minimal that you can graduate actually and get a job on time. What do you have to do is that, and actually, by the way, the jobs that are there are not paying enough. So what you have to do is to start your own business. And good enough, somebody is guiding you on how to start it. By the time, okay, somebody who is working for an agency, for somebody, for you who has your organization, if you give it time and you start it, by the time they reach certain goals, they achieve certain goals, for you have already tripled them. You're already ahead of them. So I'm encouraging you to really own up this course and do it and give it your best, and let us do it together, because I'm here to guide you until when your businesses are thorough. I am open even when it is not a Thursday. Please inbox me and tell me we are stuck as a group. How can you be able to guide us? And I'm going to come in and I'm going to provide you with the feedback and correct it until when we see that your business is really great and it really matches up. So I am really open, and let us interact together. Let us build our businesses together. Let us have our startups which are able to be funded by big organizations, okay? Because I believe that all of us are addressing issues that are affecting our society. Otherwise, thank you so much. Till we meet again, have yourself a good evening.